Hi guys, it's Thomas here, and today I'm going to show you some voiceless voice combos in their highest ceiling form. Let's start with a one-card combo with Lo, the prayers of the voiceless voice. First, we're going to normal summon him and activate his effect. That lets us activate from deck Barrier of the voiceless voice. We're going to activate Barrier to add a voiceless voice monster, in this case Saphira, Dragon Queen of the voiceless voice. Then we're going to activate her effect to send a ritual spell from deck to the graveyard and add a ritual light warrior or dragon, in this case Skull Guardian, protector of the voiceless voice. Next, we're going to activate the graveyard effect that let us ritual summon, and we're going to summon Skull Guardian. We're going to activate both effects to summon Lo and add a pendulum monster, a ritual monster that in this case it's also a pendulum, Odai's pendulumgraph dragon. Next, we're going to link summon Dynamondo, scale Odai's pendulumgraph dragon, and go to end phase. Here we can activate the scale effect that let us add from graveyard or deck to hand a ritual spell and then add him back to hand. Next, we're going to pass. During our opponent's turn, we're going to Dynamondo, tribute himself, and target Skull Guardian to special summon him. When that happens, the Lo in the graveyard is going to trigger to special summon himself, and then it's going to trigger on field to activate another spell or trap from deck. We're going to activate the trap. During the main phase, we're going to activate the trap to special summon a monster by shuffling a ritual spell from graveyard, and we're going to summon Sorevis, Dragon Sage of the Voiceless Voice. When our opponent is going to activate a card, we're going to activate Sorevis to bounce it back to hand and special summon from deck a ritual, the other Sorevis. This is our end board. We have a Omni Negate and a monster that can bounce himself to hand to negate the summon of a monster like a Exceed summon, a Synchro summon, a Link summon, or something like the Kashtira, a special summon that doesn't start a chain, and we get to negate the summon and banish the monster. Then Sorevis is in the end, and there we can use it to protect our next play. We have a total of 8 cards, so we're going +7 with this combo, and we could have also activated the other continuous spell, but this is the one that gives us more resources in the present moment. For the second combo, we have another one-card combo that starts with Diviner of the Herald. We're going to normal summon Diviner of the Herald, send Trias Hierarchia, send Diviner, Diviner trigger to summon Lo. Lo, activate the spell adds Saphira, Saphira discard herself and send the ritual spell to add Guardian. Now, this combo is very similar to the last one, but there's a thing to be noted. Here we could have banished Saphira to summon Skull Guardian, and instead of using Lo, we could have used Archia, summon, add the dragon, scale the dragon, go to end phase, add back the dragon and a ritual spell from deck, and we could have played around Ghost Bell and Bestial. Now, we're here to see the full combo and the higher ceiling, but that's still something that should be kept in mind. Now Skull Guardian is going to add pendulumgraph, scale, summon Dynamondo, activate to add, tribute Dynamondo, summon Guardian, summon Lo. Lo is going to activate the trap, we're going to activate the trap to summon Soravis, and Soravis is going to summon the other Soravis. Is literally the same combo, except we have a Trias Hierarchia on board. For the third combo, we're going to see a 2-card combo with Lo, the Prayers of the Voiceless Voice, and Saphira, Dragon Queen of the Voiceless Voice. First, we're going to activate Saphira to send a spell and add Guardian. Then we're going to activate the Graveyard effect to ritual summon. We're going to summon Guardian by using Lo. Lo Chainlink 1, Guardian Chain 2. We're going to add once again Odai's Pendulumgraph Dragon. Then we're going to special summon Lo. Lo is going to activate from deck a Barrier. Barrier is going to activate to add a Voiceless Voice card. This time is Blessing of the Voiceless Voice. We're going to link summon Dynamondo using the 2 monsters on the field, and then activate Blessing. Blessing effect to add back Lo. And then we're going to use our normal summon to summon Lo, activate Blessing. When a monster gets a special normal summon that's not a ritual monster, we get to ritual summon. We're going to use Lo to ritual summon Odai's Dragon from hand, and then go to end phase. During our opponent's turn, we can activate Dynamondo to summon Guardian. This will trigger Lo in the graveyard, and Lo will activate to activate another card from deck. This time is the Trap. During our opponent's main phase, we can activate the Trap to summon from the deck Soravis. And now, when our opponent activates card effect, we can Soravis, returning back to hand to summon the other Soravis from deck. When he activates a spell, we can pendulumgraph, put in scale, and summon a level 7 from extra deck to be used as fodder for Blessing, because once we use the first Soravis, it's back to hand. We have the Odai's monster as fodder. We can use Blessing to summon him again and return him back to hand again. And we have Omni Negate of Skull Guardian. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 interaction. For the fourth and the last combo of the video, we're going to see what Lo and Skull Guardian can do on their own. First, we're going to summon Lo, activate the effect, and activate a Barrier. Barrier is going to add a Blessing. Next, we're going to activate Blessing, link summon Lo into Almirage, activate Blessing to add back Lo, link summon Almirage into Secure Gardener, activate Blessing to summon Guardian by using Lo, activate Lo's effect to summon and Guardian to search, add Pendulumgraph Dragon. Then we're going to activate Pendulumgraph Dragon and go to the end phase. Here we're going to activate Odai's Pendulumgraph to add a ritual spell and himself to hand. Our opponents summon a monster that's not a ritual. We can activate Blessing, send Lo, special summon Pendulumgraph, Lo's effect, summon himself back, effect on summon, activate to set the trap. And here we could also activate the effect to put back prayers and summon the old Soravis that will become another Soravis for Soravis 1, Pendulumgraph 2, and Skull Guardian 3 interaction. And now, as a little extra, I'm going to talk you about Odai's Pendulumgraph Dragon and why you should play him. Now, Odai's Pendulumgraph Dragon is a spell negate, and that's the reason, it's a pretty good reason. But also, after negate, it gives you the chance to summon an extra deck Odai's monster on the field. And while you could summon Odai's Meteor Burst Dragon or Vortex, even if this one will never have is negate live in this deck, you could also summon one of the Xyz or dice. For example, Rebellion Dragon, because if he survives on the field, you can always Xyz summon on top of him Dice Rebellion Dragon Overlord that can attack 3 times for 9000 damage, and then if it's not game somehow you can stack a Zeus on top of it, or if he dies by destruction you can put it in your scale, and he has actually a useful effect. Once per turn, if you have no card in your other pendulum zone, you can place one pendulum monster from your deck in your pendulum zone. Now, when he dies, you will probably have pendulumgraph in your zone, but he is going to leave the zone before your turn even starts by adding itself and a ritual spell to hand. Now, if you are able to put him back in the deck, like with the trap or a Dynamondo, if you use it, for example, as tribute for ritual summon, you can then activate the scale to put it right back in the scale, and during the end phase it can come back to your hand with the ritual spell, and if you have a Dynamondo you can always trigger him, special summon him with Blessing before your opponent has the chance to play a normal spell.